I'm about to get in my zone. Shout out to Jamal. Good looking, homie. Sit alone in my four-corner room staring at candles. Hard. Yeah. All right, let's go. What's happening, everybody? Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. Those of you new to my content, y'all gotta excuse me. That's just something that I like to do when I'm getting in my zone, to put out some powerful information, some powerful education. But I assure you that this will be a very good video. This is actually an Ask Mark Anything question. I have a I guess you could call it a segment that I do called Ask Mark Anything, where you guys ask questions and I address the answer to your question through a video. Have a very good Ask Mark Anything question from one of my amazing students. He's actually becoming an amazing trader. And, you know, it's just time, patience, diligence, and training that really gets you to where you want to be within this trading thing. A lot of people don't realize what it takes to become a professional trader, let alone a profitable one. You learn to trade at the professional level with time and execution. It's not something that you just read a book about and now you're a professional trader. Time, experience, trading, practicing, learning how to deal with the market, learning how to deal with your emotions, learning how to control yourself. This is how you learn to be a professional at anything that you do. But anyway, let's get into the content. That's enough of that. What effect would a market crash have on our ability to trade profitably? That's how I'm going to frame the question. What effect would a market crash have on our ability to trade profitably? That's how I'm going to frame the question. And let me just read what he actually threw into what he was asking. I'll read that, and we already have the framework for the question already now. So what he said was, there's an ever increasing number of signs that we could be heading into another potential major recession or worse. What effect do you think a market crash would have on our ability to continue making money with trading? So that's how I framed the question based on his statement and question. So once again, what effect would a market crash have on our ability to trade profitably? That's an excellent question, because I know that people are fearful. People believe that when events take place in the world, when things take place that affect the financial markets, that a crash, quote unquote, a recession, quote unquote, are extreme events where it's like, oh my God, it's all over. Everyone lost everything. And this is not the case by any means. Within the markets in general, you have ebb and flow, meaning that you have periods of prosperity. And by this, what I mean is you have periods where it seems like everyone's making money, right? just like the tech bubble in the stock market before 2008, before it bursted, the real estate bubble. The phrase bubble refers to an inflated state in the financial markets. Well, what creates these states? It's unrealistic expectation for it to continue. People think that when money is moving into something that it will continue to do that forever. Just like when the real estate bubble was present, it was a huge bubble because you also had derivatives involved where there were securities being created that were attached to real estate transactions, and it created a humongous financial market bubble that bursted. And when it bursted, a lot of people lost a lot of money. A lot of people lost ownership of a lot of property. So these different ebbs and flows, these crashes that go on, you know, there's something, and man, I don't have, oh no, I'm gonna have to add on to this video. I'm gonna have to splice it together. I gotta delete some videos. I'm running out of space. Damn. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, this is my add-on. Got to splice. I had to splice these two videos together. Man, I had to delete some space off this camera. I don't realize how much I record. Goodness gracious. But anyway, so the bubbles, these inflated, you know, periods of time where prices of things in the market are so high and the prices continue to rise and rise and rise because money is constantly flowing into the bubble. But that's what it is. It's a bubble. It's not something that's happening over time. It's happening very quickly. And the bigger the bubble becomes, the more devastating the effect of when it bursts is in the economy for people. So this is how you have crashes take place in the first place. When there is, I think it was Greenspan back in the day called it irrational exuberance. In other words, unrealistic expectation for the prices to continue to increase. Prices by definition cannot continue to increase over time. Well, not even over time. They cannot continue to increase exponentially without having a correction, because the market by nature is built upon where money is moving. So money can't continuously just move in one direction. Eventually, people are going to extract money from the market. And when they pull money out of the market, this is when you have decline. But a crash takes place when everybody is rushing to extract their money out of the market because they're fearful of something that is either in the process of happening or going to happen. So usually a crash is like a domino effect where something triggers the beginning of the crash and then everyone else afterwards follows suit and tries to take their money out of whatever that market class is at the time. So this is just the definition of what a crash is. But as far as the question, does the crash affect our ability to make money? The answer is no, not at all. Because you have to understand, the market is always the market. It doesn't matter what type of market that you're in. It doesn't matter where it's trending as far as its direction. If the way that you're generating income in the financial markets and the instruments that you're utilizing to trade and to capitalize on your understanding of the way that the market moves and the way that the market behaves, if this is what your understanding is, which for us on TeamAlliance, it is, as long as you're always in position to see what the market is actually doing, which you of course will be, because all you have to do is look at the market. It doesn't matter what type of market we're in. It doesn't matter if we're in a bull market or a bear market. It doesn't matter if we're trending or consolidating. It doesn't matter if there's prosperity in the economy or if there's a market crash. In fact, a lot of people make a substantial amount of money after market crashes because the prices of things become so low that it's referred to as blood in the streets. When there's blood in the streets, that's the best time to buy. In other words, you want to buy when the prices of something that do have value are so low because of a crash or because people are afraid. That's the time to buy, when whatever those valuable things are become undervalued. In other words, the price is less than what the value is. Smart investors, you know, that wait for these types of events to take place, they make a lot of money during crashes because they wait for the market to crash and then they scoop up, you know, all of these undervalued assets that they know will later on increase in value. And then that's when they make a killing. Once the rebalance comes, once the correction is over with. And it's not even a correction if it's a crash. A correction is like a dip in the market. A crash is when it's a very sudden, unexpected reaction that creates and triggers that event. Where it's like everybody is moving money and extracting or trying to extract money all at once. And it collapses the system of the markets at that moment in time. And, you know, again, people associate a crash with, oh, my God, it's all over. It's doomsday. It's, you know, the world is ending. It's all over. No, the world ain't ending. The financial markets ain't ending. Nothing is ever going to stop the markets from existing because nothing is ever going to stop human beings from existing unless the earth, something happens to the earth. But that, you know, we talking about potentially billions of years from now, if that were to be the case. Well, maybe not. It depends on depends on how we treat the planet, to be honest. But you guys understand what I'm saying. Like it ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be the end of the world because the financial markets crashed. It ain't gonna be the end of the world because a bubble popped. The bubbles were created by human beings. They're popped by human beings. Human beings do everything. It's people. It's us moving money around. You know, your ability to capitalize regardless of what the economy or what the world events are that are going on or what the financial markets are doing at the time. That is a powerful position to be in. That is the position that we're in. As a matter of fact, we don't even look at news. Like, let me just put it in perspective. And this is a good educational video for a lot of you who are wondering about not only what we do, but whether or not you can do it and whether or not you have to be concerned with what everyone else is always concerned about. People that are worried about crashes, they're not even trading the way that we trade. Like, they're not even using the same platform and the same instruments that we're using. We're basically dealing with binaries. Binaries are yes or no decisions. You can make money regardless of what is going on in the economy, regardless of what is going on in the world overall, regardless of what news came out, regardless of what the market is actually doing right now. If the market is moving a certain way at the moment, you know already that the market behavior is not always going to be the same thing when the market behavior is doing or presenting itself in a way that you know you can make profits during. That is your opportunity. That's your window of opportunity to make money and to capitalize off of your skill. Your skill set is recognizing when the environment in the market is appropriate to make money, depending on how you are approaching the market. Some people are using an approach where they want volatility and movement and activity in the market. They want a lot of momentum. They want erratic type of behavior in the market to make money. You could trade that way. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. But again, your skill set is to recognize whatever the environment is that you're looking for in the market in order to capitalize with the framework that you have created. So you got to understand, like, everything that is done when you have market skill is based on your interpretation of the market first. It's not based on the strategy first. It's not based on the methodology first. And in fact, strategies and methods are simply ways to identify patterns or try to curve fit the market, which is really impossible. You can identify patterns. I'm not saying that. You can identify patterns, but patterns change. When patterns change, the way that you were capitalizing off of that pattern no longer exists. You see what I'm saying? The pattern changed. The pattern is shifting to something else. You need to find a new pattern. You can do that all you want. Nothing is stopping you. If you're able to do that, whatever your ability is as far as the market goes, capitalize on whatever your abilities are. Is that what we do? No, not at all. What we do is we always look at the market first. We always recognize the behavior in the market first. And then we capitalize on our understanding of whatever that is, based on the way that we're approaching using the instrument that can make us money in that type of market environment. That's what we do. So this is why a crash has nothing to do with nothing that we're going to be able to do. If the whole economy and everything collapsed today, we'll still be in position to make money. And the beauty of the platform that we use is that it's an exchange. So because it's an exchange, you have people that are on both sides of what the market is doing. Some people believe that the market is going to go in one direction. Some people believe it's going to go in another direction. The beauty of what we do is that it doesn't matter what direction it's going in. We're always able to recognize the behavior. We're always able to recognize the environment that it is in. And we capitalize off of that. We're not capitalizing off of knowing or predicting direction. Because first of all, you can't know what direction the market is going to move in. You're guessing. You're guessing what direction the market is going to move in. And by guessing, you're making a prediction. By making a prediction, it indicates that you don't know for sure that that's where the market is going. You're taking an educated guess, perhaps, based on whatever information you've accumulated that can help you to make that decision as to which direction to select, right? Educated decision. And that's fine too, but we're not doing that either. We're not trying to guess what direction. We could care less about the direction. We could care less about if it's trending. We could care less about if it's moving sideways. It doesn't matter what the market is doing. We're always able to recognize behavior and environment. And for those reasons, we're in position to capitalize regardless of what goes on. So the answer to that question is no. I think. Is it no? Let me see if let me go back and make sure I'm responding to the question correctly. Let me see what the question was again. What effect does a market crash have on our ability to make money and trade profitably? All right. So the answer is that it has no effect. It has no effect on our ability to make money. And that's a powerful thing. It's like, damn, these guys are, invincible. It's not that we're invincible, but we're using the foundation of the market itself always as the basis for doing anything. And if you use the foundation of the market itself, how can you go wrong if what you're using is what it is? You can't go wrong. That's why we're always going to be successful and we're always going to win. Because we're using the essence of the market itself, not something that we're trying to force on the market, not a pattern that we see in the market, and definitely not a way to try to curve fit a strategy onto the market. We got the win-win-win situation going on. And that's why you'll continue to see us prosper on TeamAlliance, period. So hopefully this video was very valuable for you guys. I think this is one of the more powerful videos that I've done in a while, because, you know, understanding that alone, you know, that nothing really can stop you. Can't nothing stop you other than you deviating away from what it is that we do. That's the only thing really that would contribute to you losing. If you deviate away from what we train on, that's how you'll lose, because the way that we execute and what you're trained to do is the extreme opposite of what the majority of everyone else is doing. 99% of everyone out there is not doing what we're doing. So if we're to remain in that 1%, we have to remain persistent with our training, persistent with our execution, and we'll continue to prosper and to flourish. And that's it. And we'll do it quietly. You know, I know it seems like I have a lot of videos and a lot of content. I do. But a lot of people will never know who TeamAlliance is. You guys make it more, you know, popular, I guess, if you even want to call it that, when y'all share these videos and when you tell your friends and your family about, you know, what it is that we do and what's possible. That's what helps to encourage other people, you know, to look into what we do. They may become aware that way, but other than that, we just doing what we doing over here in our tiny little corner, you know, off the radar, really. And I'm fine with that, because if you're in the 1%, that means that you're doing what everyone else is not doing. And what are most people doing? What is everyone else really doing when it comes to trading the markets? They're losing. So you stay in the 1%, you're going to win, baby. It's logic. Logic. It makes sense. So anyway, you guys want to reach out to me. If you want to get into training, you can definitely get into training. $35 a month. You can train with us. You can reach out to me, send me a text message at 914-979-2317. Fastest way to reach me is on Facebook. Send me a friend request. Let me know that you want to get into training, and I'll get you set up ASAP. If you're not ready to train, you can continue enjoying the educational content. The playlist for this, for the educational series, you'll see underneath the video if you're looking at this on YouTube. You know, continue to watch, continue to educate yourself, continue to become aware. The educational series is like training within itself. So it's like training before you get the real training. It's very powerful, you know, and it's free. Watch the videos, become aware, educate yourself, listen, absorb information. You know, it's definitely going to put you in position and prepare you for training with TeamAlliance once you're ready to come on board with us. All right, so that pretty much covers it. So once again, thank you guys. Walker, I appreciate the question. Jamal, I appreciate the song. My man, he threw some music at me to put me in the zone, and that definitely puts me in the zone. I'm definitely a 90s, late 80s, 90s child. You know. But anyway, so I will talk to you guys soon. You can reach out, Instagram, Twitter. I'm trying to do some stuff for Snapchat soon, you know, just to get more content and distribution out there in different ways on all these social media platforms. You know, keep an eye out for the 1-a-day challenge. Those videos are still running. And I slowed that down dramatically. I'm really just taking my time because I want you guys to see what patience does and how it allows you to remain profitable and how you can slowly build up your account over time. So those videos you can be on the lookout for. And that's pretty much it. So you guys enjoy your weekend. Y'all be safe out there. When you're ready to train, hit me up. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.